Now last video we finished the part where I explained what to do before writing a book or before starting to write a book. That was pre-writing. Now today we are going to talk about what to do while writing the book. So this is the process of writing. And the first point is first draft. Now, what do I mean by first draft? You can say first draft is a little bit elaborated version of the plot that you wrote. So what I usually do is I first write plot, then I add incidences and dialogues in that plot. And whatever the result is, I called it first draft. Now, what is the use of writing the first? First of all, I would like to say it is not compulsory that you should write the first draft, but I believe you should write it. What happens is sometimes when we are writing some incidents or we are explaining something, we hit a roadblock. Means it doesn't click us what to write next, or we want something to add in it, but it just doesn't click. So we stop there. And since we cannot write what we want in that particular paragraph or in that particular part of the book, we do not write ahead. But since I write the first draft, what I do is if I hit a roadblock anywhere, I just stop. At that point. I write some remark that I want this here, and I start continuing the next part of my novel because I know that it is the first draft and I'm going to elaborate it again. So in first draft, I only add incidences and add dialogues. I don't add expressions and all because I think over it later. And what do I add? I decide which side characters to add at the time of writing the first draft. I never think about the characters in the beginning. While writing the plot, I only think about the main protagonists. For example, in case of this book, I don't need reasons, I need you. I was clear that Ekansh, Shalini and Sumit, 3 people must be there. And whatever characters I added them later on according to the need of the story while writing the first draft. So it helps us not writing extra characters, okay? Or it helps us in properly connecting the characters with the story when you write the first draft. I'll give you an example. That example is not about this first novel. I have finished writing my second novel as well. I have finished the editing, and the name of the novel is Love Quadrangle. It would be released somewhere in January. So in that novel, I wanted one of the protagonists to write a love letter to the female protagonist. Now, I'll not give the spoiler of this novel, okay? But I wanted that letter to not to be very good because I wanted the female protagonist to say no after reading that letter. And I wanted the male protagonist to write that letter keeping it in mind that she can say no. So that is why I did not want that letter to be very amazing or something so that readers would read it and think, oh, he poured all his feelings in it and still she said no. No, I wanted the readers to understand that it was a possibility that she could say no. So I could not understand what to write in that letter. What did I do? I left that portion and I moved ahead. And when I reached to, you can say, second last chapter of the novel, where female protagonist is talking with the male protagonist about the letter, then it clicked me. After writing the story till the second last chapter, it clicked me what that letter should contain. So I went back and I wrote that letter. One more thing, I could not understand, in my second novel, I could not understand what should be the first line. As I said, your plot should contain the start, that is first line, first page and first chapter. So in my second novel, it was getting very difficult for me to decide the first line and the first page and the first chapter. What did I do? I started my novel from the second chapter. And after finishing my novel, when it ended and after I started editing, then I added the second chapter. So after hitting the roadblock, it did not stop me from writing. So either way, I finished writing my novel in the time that I was thinking that I should finish it in this particular time. If I would have stopped writing because I could not think of the beginning, or if I would have stopped writing because I could not think of the proper letter that I wanted to write, then my novel might have taken more than 2 times the time it already took. That is why first draft is important. First draft helps you elaborate your plot with logic and side characters and proper explanation of things, and as well as you can skip the part that doesn't click in that particular time. You can write some remark and you can skip the part, and then you can slowly elaborate it further. So writing a novel is not a process in which you would just pick up a pen and start writing and that is your final editing. or we are modern today. So writing a novel is not like you just open your laptop and start typing and whatever you write is the final. You have to keep changing it. So it is better to change it progressively with from plot to first draft to final editing. It is better that way instead of trying to explain everything in the first try. Second point is always give personality to your characters. What do I mean by that? Let us say you have written a novel in which you have explained the journey of the character, that he has fallen in love or whatever it is. But after finishing the novel, if the reader cannot tell what the character liked or what was the personality of a character. Let me give you an example. Say you have a friend, a good friend. You know him since say 1 year. And if somebody asks you about your friend, you can tell them that he looks like this, or he likes this, he dislikes this is a good thing in him, this is the bad thing in him. So you can explain your friend. In the same way, if a reader finishes reading your novel, he should be able to explain the characteristics of the protagonists, at least the protagonists, male and female, whatever it is. The reader must be able to explain the characteristics and personality of the protagonists. What happens is, if they do not understand your characters, they will not feel connected to your character. So I already showed you this novel. Okay, so whenever I say in this novel, or whenever I say in my novel, we are talking about this novel. Okay, so in this novel, when you read the novel, you can tell that Ekansh is better than average looking guy. He belongs to a poor family, low middle class family. He is hardworking. He is intelligent. He is a flirt. He is very good at talking to girls. He appreciates girls. He respects girls. He is a really good friend and you can trust him. He likes watching movies. He is interested in computers. He is interested in living a luxurious life. He is career conscious. These are all the traits about Ekansh that you can explain. He can play sports. Which sports he can play, I have explained that as well. All these things you can observe in Ekansh. As well as in Shalini, you can observe that she is rich yet humble. She is very beautiful. She is very intelligent. She is also career conscious. She is a modern face with grounded family values. She is interested in dance. She is fashion conscious. Obviously, she believes in love. When it comes to study, she always think about her first. She is a little selfish when it comes to study. So these are all the traits of Shalini that you can observe. And then side characters, I tried to explain a little bit about side characters as well, but the main point is about Shalini and about Ekansh, you can clearly observe what kind of people they are. That is why people have been able to connect with my protagonist. All the messages that I have received from on Facebook or on Amazon review or on my WhatsApp or on my Instagram, people have said that they felt strange because they could connect to the novel or to the protagonist so well that somehow they felt it is their story. Because I tried to give personalities to my characters, and because of those personalities, they looked more real. So therefore, always give personalities to your characters. Do not spend too much time on elaborating them, but write it in such a way that people would understand what you want to explain about the characters. Then the third point is perfect characters. So I would say never ever develop a perfect character or never write a perfect character. Again, the same reason. If the character is perfect, if your character looks flawless, let us say we are talking about a male protagonist. He is very handsome, he has really good height, he is very intelligent, he is very lovable, he falls deeply in love with the girl, he always talks nicely with everyone, he smiles very good, he never gets into fight with anyone, he is very humble and he has money yet he talks nicely with everyone, he is very humble. Everything is good in that character. Everything is good. He is the perfect piece of craft that one can see. What will happen? Maybe female readership would like the character. They would imagine that they should see such a person or they should meet such a person, or they would imagine that a guy should be like this particular, say A. A guy should be like A. But somewhere in their subconscious, they would know that this is just an imagination. In reality, no guy is going to be like this. They might like the character, but they would never feel connected to the character. So if you are trying to explain a tragedy in character's life, or pain or happiness, then they would read it to read the novel, but they won't feel the pain that the character is feeling, or they won't feel the happiness that the character is feeling, because they are not connected with the character. Because you have already made him so perfect, which is not possible. Therefore, I would suggest, at the end of the day, it is your choice how you want your character. But I personally would suggest that do not create the perfect character. Have some flaws. Like in my novel, in Ekansh, the flaw in Ekansh is Ekansh does not have money. So he has to work in part-time to earn money. But he doesn't want to earn to save that money. He wants to earn to spend it, because he wants to live luxurious life, or he wants to enjoy his life. So even though his parents are poor, they are struggling to make the ends meet, he is earning a good sum and he is spending it all on himself so that he could live a good life. That shows a conscious weakness, because he is not giving priority to his parents. There is a reason behind that, but still that is the flaw in Ekansh. Second, he is a flirt. He tries to have casual relationship with every girl that he sees. That is the flaw in Ekansh. In case of Shalini, even though she has a boyfriend in IIT Delhi, she is still talking to Ekansh. That is the flaw in her. She wants to become friends with Ekansh, even though she knows that Ekansh is trying to sleep with her, and yet she is talking to Ekansh. That is the flaw in her. Show some flaw in your characters. Then only the novel would look more interesting. Now the fourth point is character development. Now it is not necessary that you need to develop your character. The character can be the way he or she is at the beginning of the novel. So it is not necessary to develop the character in any novel. But if you want to develop it, you can develop. You can start from low and you can increase some personality or traits in the character with time. So you can develop a character, and I personally would love to read the development of a character than already developed character. In the case of my novel, it was a requirement that the character is already good. When you are developing the character, always remember to not to change the core personality of the character. If you change the core personality of the character, then it would become a completely different person, which your readers will not be able to connect with it. Because if I start to read one character in the beginning of the novel, and if I am connecting with that particular character, I want him to grow or her to grow, but I still want him or her to be the same person. I want the character's personalities to be added, but the core character should be the same. If that changes, then I will not find him the same character. I would not see him as the same character. It would feel like it is completely a different person. And the connection that I had developed with the character, it would break. In my novel, Ekansh changes with time. Ekansh that you see on the day one of the college in IIT, and Ekansh that you see after 5 years. My story goes up to 5 years. So Ekansh that you see after 5 years when he meets Shalini, there is a huge difference in his personality. The way he used to think when he was in college and the way he thinks when he meets Shalini the second time. So you can see that he has developed or he has changed, but you will still feel that he is the same Ekansh, because his core values or his core thinking did not change, his personality did not change. He made some changes in him, but you will not feel that you are talking with a completely different character. That is what I mean to say. When you develop a character, you should always keep in mind that the core personality of the character does not change. His views, his thinkings, his strength, his weakness, that might change. As a person, that character should not change. The best example that I can think of to give in this case is Harry Potter. In the movie Harry Potter, you can see the change in Harry Potter with time. His age, his strength, he learns different magics and blah blah blah. He is developing in every novel. But the core personality of Harry Potter does not change. He is shy in the first novel. He is still shy in the last novel. The way he talks, the way he acts, the way he thinks before taking any decision, or the way he thinks about himself, he has been shown to be humble in the beginning, and he is humble till the end of the novel. The basic personality of Harry Potter does not change from the beginning till the end, even though he is developed in a lot of senses. I can give you one more example. Twilight, Jacob. In Twilight, Jacob changes. You can see the development in Jacob from a simple teenager to a leader of gang of wolves. So he changes, but his core personality or his core moral values and his affection towards the female protagonist, those things do not change. So you will still see that he is the same Jacob in the last part of the novel Twilight. In the last part of Twilight that you see in the first part of Twilight, you would only see his strength or personality changing, but you would not feel that okay, in the first part it was someone else, in the last part it is someone else, just the names are the same. You would not feel in that way. So while developing a character, always keep in mind that the core personality of